Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Masterpiece Lounge. I am your hostess, certified life coach, author, and speaker, Chrisnatha Derosier. I am so excited to be back with another segment for you. And so today we are kicking off our second quarter. And in honor of that, we have a topic that I think is going to be beneficial for all of us. And so today's topic, as you've already seen, is we're going to be covering success tips for the second quarter of the year. So, guys, can you believe it? We are already in the second quarter of this year. And so I'm going to be sharing some success tips that are going to be helpful. So be sure to take out your notepads, your pens, or you can use your device to take some notes. I'm definitely going to be dropping some gems that I think are going to be super beneficial to you. So be sure to take some notes. As always, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. And we're going to jump right in. And the first thing, and I'm looking at my notes here, and the first thing I want to remind you to do and encourage you to do is to reflect on the first quarter, right? And so I want you to think about what worked well, what didn't work so well, right? And also, I want you to tap into your feelings a bit, right? How did it feel? What kind of emotions were you experiencing? What were you feeling? Was there a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration? Were you super fatigued? Were you not resting, right? So we want to make sure we don't bring in some of that stuff into our second quarter, or we put some practices in place where we can do better, right? And so we want to eliminate some of the frustration, some of the stress as much as possible. We want to make sure that we're working smarter, not necessarily harder, and that we're collaborating when necessary, that we are asking for help, right? Because no man is an island, and that we are adjusting as needed. That is important. So reflect on quarter one. What happened in the first 90 days of the year? How did it go? How do you feel? Where can you make some adjustments? And this is your opportunity to be completely honest with yourself, with your team, with your accountability partners, and make adjustments if necessary, okay? Because we will not be burnt out this year in Jesus' name. And so I want to make sure that you are making adjustments accordingly. The second thing is to set clear goals. Maybe you've already done this, but if you haven't, be extremely specific about what you want to focus on. I know there's a lot of things you want to do, but we have to get our focused tuned down a bit, right? We have to get super focused and super clear about what's going to get our attention in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, and in the next 90 days. And so I want you to get super clear about your goals. And I love the SMART method, the SMART goals method. Be specific as possible. Make sure those goals are measurable, that it is attainable, right? It's something you can actually accomplish. It is relevant and also timely, right? So put a deadline, put a date to it, and work toward that. And again, adjust as needed. Number 3 is to create a plan. Break down your largest goal into smaller goals, right? All of your goals actually, but break them down into smaller goals. So if it's going to take 90 days to accomplish a particular goal, what do you need to do every day, every week, right? Every other week to reach that goal. And so break it down, and it won't seem as overwhelming when you break it down that way. So that's super, super important that you break down your goal and to really create a plan. Again, some of these plans will require help. Now, you are a huge factor to your goals, right? No one should be more concerned about what you're looking to accomplish more than you, but it's okay if you need help. And so keep that in mind, okay? It's okay. Number 4 is to focus on personal development, right? And so take some time. Listen, I'm going to tell you to read your word. I'm going to tell you to pray, right? Because cultivating our prayer life is important, personal and spiritual development. But also listen to some podcasts, read some books. And for my audio people, listen to some audio books, really, right? So start to learn more about your field, because you are the expert, right? You are the person that everyone goes to You are the problem solver, so to speak. And so you know your stuff, but there's always room to learn more. And so there's room to grow, there's room to learn, and leaders are readers. And so make sure that you are pouring into yourself. You pour out so much. And so we want to make sure that you're also pouring into yourself as well. And so take some time for some personal development. It's going to pay off in your personal life. It'll pay off in your business. It'll pay off in your initiatives. It'll pay off in your relationships and your overall growth. And so you want to make sure that you are definitely investing in yourself. Establish daily habits, right? So that's our fifth success step. So what do you do on a daily basis? And so this is a personal question. And so I want you to take a moment and really reflect. What do I do on a personal daily basis, right? In my personal life. What do I do when I wake up? Do I grab my phone first? Do I take some time, some quiet time? Do I get into prayer? Like, what do I do? And so I want you to think about that and what you can do differently. Maybe you start to give yourself an hour before you touch any electronics, right? Any devices, before you check any emails or anything. You take some quiet time. You get grounded. You open up your day and start with prayer, declaring and decreeing God's promises over your life, right? You set the tone. And then you can get ready for all of the stuff that's going to bombard you and fight for your attention, right? And so think about your daily habits. How do you break up your work day? Do you take a break? I hope you take some breaks, right? Do you go out and get some sun during your breaks, right? So what are some things that you do daily? How do you end your day? Do you journal? Do you reflect on the day, right? Do you take some time to regroup and unwind? Like, what does that look like? Do you have meetings? Is there debriefing happening? What happens? And so I want you to think about that. And again, we adjust accordingly. All right. So we are, we're back. We had some adjustments we had to make. So we are back. And so, yeah, definitely think about what your daily habits are. The sixth success step is to seek feedback. So some of us may be comfortable with this, some of us maybe not so much, but to be an effective leader and just as you grow as a person, you should always be open to feedback. None of us are perfect. No one knows everything. There's always room to learn, to grow, and to improve, right? And to evolve. And so you want to be open to feedback. And so be open to your feedback in your business, right? What are those reviews saying? What is the customer feedback? Do you have customer surveys that go out, right? You want to know, how are we doing? Right? I think I'm doing well, but how am I really doing? Am I being effective? Reach out to past customers and clients, right? Get some feedback. In your personal life, you can talk to people that are closest to you. They will most likely be very honest with you, right? And so you want that constructive criticism, that feedback, so that you can grow from it and you can learn from it as well. So please be open to that. And also about all of the things that you did in the first quarter, because that can help you determine some changes and adjustments that need to be made this quarter. Also, stay accountable. We must be accountable. Who's your accountability partners? Who are your partners in purpose, right? Stay accountable. Show up when you say you're going to show up. Do the things you have said you are going to do. Follow through with your commitments. Communicate effectively. Be timely. Be accountable. And when mistakes are made, when the ball is dropped, hopefully it's not, you can apologize and you can fix it, right? And so we want to make sure that we're staying accountable, that we're showing up and we're doing the things that we said we're going to do. And when we don't, we can make account for that and fix it. Number 9 is to celebrate your small wins. This is so important to me. It's so important that we don't look at any goals or aspirations or plans as just a destination, but we also embrace that there is a journey as well, and that we take moments along the journey to encourage ourselves, to encourage those around us, and to celebrate our progress. We may not be where we ultimately want to be, but we definitely are not where we were. And so that is a call for a celebration. And if no one has told you today, this week, this month, I want to say I am so proud of you. And it's time to celebrate. But keep working, There's more to be done, but let's take a moment and be excited. Okay, you have earned it. It's completely okay. Number 10, lastly, is to practice self care. And so this is also super important that as we are working and we are just moving along toward our goals, that we are staying focused, but we're also taking care of ourselves. And so I want to remind you that rest is a weapon. You don't rest because you're tired, you rest so that you don't get tired, right? And so rest is essential. Hustle culture is not as cool as it may sound, right? Get some rest, take care of yourself, eat well, make those appointments, get your checkups, stay hydrated, pray, and mind your business, right? And so do all of those things and you'll have so much peace. And so take care of yourself, practice self care. And self care can also look like having boundaries, saying no, getting rid of FOMO, and taking time for you. Do not put you at the bottom of your list. And so those are some tips for you to crush it into second quarter. I'm excited for you. I know you're going to do an amazing job, and please stay connected with me on all social media platforms and let me know how you're doing. I can't wait to hear about your success and your progress along the journey. I'm Chrisnatha Derosier, certified life coach, author, and speaker. Signing off until next time, and until then, be well. Take care.